and it was like a huge hole, and how mm, like, so short row until it goes to the longest part, and then a couple of rows stay with that width or length, and then decrease, and then at the end I sing together. That's my last episode was 3 weeks ago. Welcome and welcome back to Be Extra Knitting. This is a knitting podcast by Stephanus. I am Stephanus. Today's Friday, October 3rd, and I'm starting my vacation today. So, yeah, I guess I can just go over it right away. So, I'm on my way to Singapore and then to Sumatra, Indonesia. My flight is in a couple of hours, so I just finished everything that I need to do here at home, and also I went to the gym because it's gonna be a lot of sitting. Yeah, you know how. So I live in New Jersey and I'm going to Singapore, so total sitting in the plane is going to be 19 hours. So every time I go, to Singapore, or yeah, sorry, every time I go to Singapore or back home to Sumatra, Indonesia, I always try to do the physical activity that I need to do for the entire day right before the flight, so, or as much as I can, because after I get into the airplane, it's just going to be just sitting down. So yeah, so again, this is October 3rd, so happy fall if you are in the northern part of the United States, or also anywhere that the fall season has started. Today is really nice. I woke up to a 49-degree Fahrenheit temperature, so as you can see, I'm wearing a really nice wool sweater and also a hat. And a week ago or a couple of days ago, it was still warm here in Jersey, but finally the fall temperature or weather is here, and I go home to Sumatra, Indonesia every year, and in the previous years, it's either during December time or summertime, up to September. But this year, my summer was really busy, work and everything else, so I could not make it before October. So now, I'm going now, and I find out that going home to Indonesia, which is a tropical country or tropical place where it's humid and hot all the time. If I go there when it is still summer here in the United States, my body does not need to, how do I say it, adjust a lot, because here in the summer it's warm, and then I go to tropical country or place, and the adjustment there is not as huge as if I go there when it's already fall or winter here. So if I go there, in December, or even now that is already cooling down, my body need to adjust a little bit so that I can, I don't feel like I'm dying when I get to that area. However, so I'm flying to, well, okay, I so there are two type of flights from Newark, or from New York, New Jersey area to Singapore. So there's a direct flight from Newark to Singapore, which is an actual 19 and a half hours, but there's no stop in between. Or I can go to JFK, where it will go first to Frankfurt, and then from Frankfurt it will go to Singapore. So for today, there was no direct flight from Newark, so I have to travel to JFK, which is fine. It's not that far. And at the current, anyway, I think it's a better option with the current situation where there's a lot of chaos, or I don't know, like a flight schedules are affected a lot in Newark Airport. So hopefully JFK is more dependable. So we'll see. Anyway, it's only one flight per day anyway to Singapore using Singapore Airline from JFK. And I love Singapore Airline. If you've ever taken Singapore Airline, you know how it is. I When I started uh, going to the United States for study back then, when I finished my high school, I started with Singapore Airline because I got a scholarship, so they paid for everything, and then I never go with any other airlines since then. If I have to go from the United States to Singapore or Indonesia, I just love Singapore Airline. Um, yeah, so yeah, I cannot wait. I finished my packing. I packed, summer attires, of course. And also, I am bringing some, like some stuff because I'm going to see my mom. My mom still lives in Sumatra, Indonesia, so I try to see her every year. And then, yeah, it will be a couple of days home, which is in Sumatra, and then I'll take my mom out for vacation, a couple of days in Singapore. So yeah, so that's pretty much the plan for this coming 2 weeks. But do you know what is happening after in about 2 weeks from now? It's the Rhinebeck or the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. And if you know about this festival, I am sure you are gearing up towards this event, which is, to me, it's, if you live nearby, or even if you travel for this festival, I'm sure this is something that you have been looking forward the entire year. I'm sure you are busy making your sweater. We call it the Rhinebeck sweater. And I hope your progress is on schedule, or even if not, I'm sure you will enjoy it. um, I don't know if it's going to be warmer or cooler this year, but either way, there will always be a Rhinebeck sweater or a shawl, whatever, because that's where we as knitters, would be looking forward to, right? Like, I mean, if you do go to this type of festival, so I am excited also because I will be back in the States on the 15th of October, which is Wednesday, and then Friday will be, actually, the next day, Thursday, is the start of the festival. Now, this year I am going by myself, so I usually go with my group of friends. I call them the House of Extra because this is Be Extra Knitting. But no, it's not officially a House of Extra, but I like to say that, yeah, the House of Extra is coming to Rhinebeck. But this year is our off year because we go as a group every other year. So we don't, so last year we went as a group. We had really good house and at Rhinebeck. It's a couple, just maybe less than 2 miles away from Rhinebeck. We got really good um, um, deal on that. But this year we're not going to go as a group, so it's just going to be me, and I only live 2.5 hours from the festival site, so I can just drive up and down on the same day. I might go Friday. I'm not sure. I still have some PTO from work. Um, but definitely I will be there Saturday, if not also Sunday. But I do want to try to go Friday because I like that surrounding events that are that are sorry, I should have muted that. Surrounding events around Rhinebeck, which is I think it started on Thursday, Friday. So the Friday, there is the cake wool, which is on the parking lot of cake um, company, and then it's a timed entry, so you need to buy your ticket based on the time that you want to go in, and you have a couple hours, maybe up to 2 hours, and it's really nice. They really organize it really well. And then there's also Indie Untangled, which is a really also chill, lots of space. You can roam around, and they even provide with like a golf cart between, what do you call between barns. And I feel like there's another one at night. I forgot what it is called, but I have never been to that one. I think it's a little bit newer one also, and it's a it's a an event came out of the previous one, Wool and Folk. I'm pretty sure if you are familiar about that event and what happened and all that, which I'm not gonna discuss here. So yeah, hopefully. And another thing is, I have a colleague at work who is a knitter. Um, I mean, she just joined a little bit more than a year ago, and then we found out that we knit a lot, and she definitely is going. So it makes me want to go even for Friday, because she will also start a Friday. So definitely, if I can make it work, that I can get there on Friday, that will be amazing. So yeah, that will be the plan when I get back. And also, I will miss the one that is happening on while I will still be in Singapore, which is in Queens. I think it's called. Let me just check real quick. It's the King's Fiber Festival. So October 11, there is a Kings County Fiber Festival. It's in Brooklyn's outdoor. It's a Brooklyn's outdoor fiber market, and they have products from 50 plus artisans. It is at the Old Stone House and Washington Park. It is 3rd Street and 5th Avenue, Park Slope, Brooklyn. So October 11th, or the rain date is October 25th. So I've been meaning to visit the Kings County Fiber Festival for many years now, because I mean, I live nearby. I can just go there, just take the train, but I just have never been able to. And this year I wanted to go, but again, it just the scheduling, it just doesn't work, because I will still be traveling. So if you are in the area and you're looking for another festival for this fall, maybe you cannot make it to Rhinebeck, or maybe you want to go to all festivals, all the wool festivals you can get to. So there's that. So make sure you check that out. Yeah. So yeah. So that's Singapore, Sumatra, Singapore, and then I get back, and then Rhinebeck. And then a little bit later after Rhinebeck, I think a week later after Rhinebeck, I will be going with some friends to Mexico City for Dia de los Muertos. And we are so excited for this. We have been planning this since the beginning of the year. We got a really good place in the center part of Mexico City, and we will be there right before the start of the parade, which is going to be Sunday. And we'll be there for a couple of nights, I think 5 nights. So that will bring us all the way to November, and then after that, it's just, the year is pretty much over. both at work and out of work. Things are just wrapping up for the end of the year, and yeah, I just cannot wait. Um, and also, I decided in November, um, after I get back from Mexico City for Dias de los Muertos, I am planning to throw my annual fall soiree. I call it a fall. Anyway, it's just a dinner with some friends, and we will be playing or having dinner, and I will cook or prepare Indonesian stuff because I will have some Indonesian, material that I will bring from Sumatra and also from Singapore or back here, and I will make some Indonesian food, and we will play this game. It's called Secret. Uh, I don't know if it's appropriate to say the name, but it's Secret H. If you know, you know. It's about deception and figuring out who is the good guy and who is the bad guy by yeah. uh, I don't know. Just Google it. Secret Age. The name that. Anyway, historically horrible. Um, but yeah, so we cannot wait to do that when I get back. And that's pretty much. Oh, at the end of the year, I will go to Dubai for my family reunion, but that's still a couple months from now. We're still figuring things out. So, sorry. So that's pretty much what traveling that I will be doing from now until the end of the year. Okay. Um, so that's like the introduction of this episode. If you have any traveling plan that you're looking forward to, let me know. Put in the what do you call, in the comment section, what you're looking forward to. Are you going to a cool or a cold place? Are you going to summery or warm place? Yeah. And what are you looking forward to? The food, the people, the family, the friends, the events, the quietness, the isolation. It can be everything. So I think there's always a place or there's always time for different type of travels, and which is I I really am fortunate to have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this last or the end of the year trips. All right, so next, what am I wearing? Who? What is she wearing? So this is sorry. This is an old sweater that I started 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago when I was right. I remember it was February the 14th. I was in Athens, Greece. Uh, it was, it was, yeah, it was my vacation in Greece. I started it. I still remember in the airport. I remember casting it on in the airport, waiting for the flight. And as you can see, this is an all over cable. So, and it is a bottom up. So I remember casting it on and then figuring out, all this part of the cable and making sure I have not just the right stitches while I was in the airport, while it was so late, after I have worked the entire day. I was so tired, but I was surprised I cast it on correctly. I don't know if I put all kind of what do you, oh yes, I remember. I did not bring what do you call like markers, but I just tear apart some small fragments of yarn and make what do you call markers by using this fragment smaller fragment of yarn. I don't really use markers in general because I find yarn is a you know it's your it's a marker and it's easier to keep or have your yarn with you and make a marker when you need it. If you don't need it, then you don't make it, kind of thing. But anyway, I remember making it in the lounge airport, and then when I got to Greece, it was really, I don't know, cable. Sometimes it looks so complicated, but it was so fast. And also, this is DK. This is Les Garçons, British DK, whatever this color is. And this is a really comfy type of sweater. It is excessive in terms of the sizing. I think it's plus 10 inches or more positive ease, and I love that when I just wanted to throw it on and feeling like like less effort to dress myself kind of feeling or vibe rather than having it fitted. I mean, I do have some fitted sweaters also, and I love fitted sleeves, for example. I think I talked about it in the previous episode, but as you can see here, this sleeve is really huge and it's really baggy. And maybe if you don't like that, it's not for you. But I like different type of style, although I do find like a fitted sleeve to be so sexy. But this is fine. Okay, this is a pattern, a paid for pattern. This is by Veronique Avery, which is Brooklyn Tweets designer, and this is called Vika Sweater. I talk about this in previous episodes, so if you go back to my previous episode, you will see it. And again, it is I think it's wow. Yes, it is totally knitted in pieces, meaning first you work either the front and the back, and then the two, what do you call this? The two sleeves. So, but the thing is, as you can see here, it's a drop shoulder, so there is no shaping in for the shoulder part. It's not like a cap sleeve or like a satin sleeve, so it's pretty easy. You just start as a rectangle initially, going up. So if you start for the front, just go all the way up, and then there's no shaping when you get here. So you see this, it's just how it like a rectangle. So you go here, the only shaping you do is this part right here. I'm not sure if there is any shaping on this part. If there is, it's just a little bit. So yeah, it's just like rectangle going up and then until this part, and then you do the same thing from the back, rectangle, and maybe there's some shaping for the shoulder, I mean the back part of your body, so to make it fall nicely. And I do see that it's raised up a little bit, the back part from the front part, so as you can see, it falls nicely. If not, it's just going to be like anyway, when you don't do shaping, or if you do top down, there's how that short row that you add so that it will raise the back part. So I think there's something there. If you've made this, you can check, correct me. And also this part, again, it is so everything is work flat. So this one is work flat, and everything at the end is seamed together. So the seaming, uh, it's not that bad. I I I don't even remember that I was seaming it, and it's so seamlessly seamed. It's just a beautiful combination of the wool, which is blue face Leicester wool, DK weight for cable sweater. I think those combinations work really well. And yes, it is a little bit on the darker color. Maybe if I use a lighter color, it will show up even more this beautiful cabling. But I love this color with my screen is amazing, I think. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. The first one that I'm wearing. The second thing that I'm wearing is this hat right here. I also talked about this in previous episode. Do I remember the yarn? Of course not. Do I remember the pattern? This image is the pattern. I said that because this is not using any pattern, but I wanted to make a pointy hat basically. As you see here, the the decrease is only on this two side right here. There's no decrease on this part. So when you wear it, if you wear the decrease on both sides, then it will be like a gnome, a pointy gnome hat. Um, so you see here. So I mean, I can make it even bigger. I mean, more like longer points. But at that time, I wanted to be like a gnome type of hat, and I got it. And this yarn is just amazing. I just forgot what yarn. If if it's not that special to me, the yarn. I mean, this is. Tell me who can tell what this is. There's some tweeds in there. It's I think it's a single plied, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, beautiful. So that's my other object that I'm wearing. So yeah, um, now let's get to what am I working on. Um, if you watched the last episode where I was being extra and you know recorded, I was recording from the beach, which is Highland, no, Asbury Park, New Jersey, because I feel like that's appropriate for what I was wearing that time. I just finished at that time my golden hour sweater, which is my own design, and it was done in cotton. It is all over lace, and it is knitted bottom up, and then it has a set in sleeve, so that means there's a cap sleeve top part, and it is seamed together at the end for the sleeve part, and I have been enjoying that thing so much. it's I enjoy it so much that I realize, when you work with cotton, make sure when you weave in ends, that they're really secure, because unlike wool, cotton it can escape really easily. So a couple of times I was wearing it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. I take it off and I see a huge hole. And mind you, this is all overlays. Huge hole in this area and in the back area where the sleeves and the body are seamed together. So apparently, when we wove in the ends, there are some ends that are maybe too short to be woven in, and they're holding together the pieces, and even like this the end of the sleeve part, so it just unraveled by itself while wearing it. I guess they just like escaped themselves or something from the weaving, and it was like a huge hole. And how mm, oh, like, hey, So a couple of time I do emergency, fixing wherever I was after I took off that sweater. Like right away, we wove them back in. The thing is, I work. I mean, I design it. I know what it is, how it works. So it's still okay now. It's just I realized that I need to figure out a way when I work with cotton yarn next time, making sweater that, especially the one that I have to seam together, like figure out how to weave in all ends so that it will be sturdy, so that if I throw it, because it's cotton, if I throw it, I can throw it into the washer dryer, which I'm not going to at the moment, knowing this fact, that it will be sturdy and it will not unravel itself. So if you have any suggestion, or if you work with cotton a lot, making garments, especially garments that are knitted in pieces and then like secured at the end, and seam together, let me know your tips, because at the moment I'm fine. Even if it unravels the whole thing, I can just redo the sleeves and then reseam together, because again, I make this thing. I know the design by just looking at it. I only took some important notes. It's not really like notes that are, oh sorry, that are really clear, but every time I think I know, like important stuff that I need to write down, so that in the future, if I need to come back and fix it, I will be able. For example, I know what yarn weight, and also the needle size. And then since it's lace, I have, like just draw little thing. Even by just looking at the lace, I know how to, reverse work and figure the pattern back. But my thing is just the size of the needle, the yarn that I use. From there, I can figure out things that I have made before. So why am I talking about this? Oh yeah, so that's a last episode where I was um, at the beach recording. Also, in that episode, I was mentioning my next plan is to make another sweater, going back to wool, and on top of that, adding mohair. And I mentioned about this, yeah, uh, painting that I saw in the um, museum, Reina Sofia Museum in Spain. Uh, the title is Es Descanso. Actually, I read the history or the explanation of this painting, and it's actually a dark and sad inspiration for the painting. It's actually in depicting death on top of the resting state. So I'm like, oh my god. I mean, but then again, hey, it is October, Halloween is coming, so I guess it's appropriate. So, anyway, but the striking part of that painting is hopefully I will be able to place. Oh, actually, I can just show it here. Just give me 2 seconds. El Descan. So, mm, painting. Yeah, so the title is, so this is by Alfonso Ponce de Leon. Alfonso Ponce de Leon. Uh, so he is a Spanish painter and propagandist. Um, and this one, descanso or rest. It is oil on canvas. It's 195 centimeter by 97, and right now it is in the Museo Nacional Centro de Arte Reina Sofía in Madrid. And this is the image. So now, can you see the resemblance? Oh, this is beautiful. I think this will be my front page. So yeah, so actually, let me, okay. So yeah, that's the inspiration. And that's how it's going right now. So the part that I'm really loving is this gradient right here in the beginning, but only that part. Basically, it is off center. So I was able to find a set of yarn, and this is from Hope Made Yarn that I picked up from the New Jersey Wool and Sheep. Was it Sheep and Fiber Festival? Yeah, New Jersey Sheep and Fiber Festival 2 weeks ago, where I met Hope, the dyer of this. So Hope has a new base, and it's called Peace, and it is really soft, non-superwash merino wool, and it is fingering weight, 100% non-superwash merino wool, and I'm right now in this color, and I also pick up that color, and also and I already bought this color previously, but the darker one, this is her old base. I can show you that one is not a non-superwash. I think it's a superwash, but I don't really care. I don't really mind mixing things up. So that's this guy for the darker one. And I hold it together with two colors of mohair. So this one is a pink mohair that I think it goes pretty well with this color right now, but also for this color I just use the same mohair, which I don't find a problem. But this one I use a darker mohair. I forget the name of the mohair. It doesn't matter. You just choose a mohair that works with your color, right? Yeah, so this is the shade that is a little bit darker here, yeah, and then that's it. Oh, also I will use one that is not from Hope at this part right here for the part that is, oh wow, it's washed out. Okay, this is better. That is really white. If you remember the picture, you see how the picture here, so this part right here, it's really light. So for that lighter part I'll go with this, but I will still hold it with this mohair. So if you want to see how it will turn out, you can just mix right now. You see, I don't know, it's blown out right now, but anyway, I will take better picture when I get there. So that's the project that I'm bringing to Sumatra and Indonesia. And I know you're asking me, you're bringing wool and mohair to a tropical place. I'm like, Yes, that is true. I could have taken a cotton yarn with me, but I'm kind of enjoying this so much, and I am a monogamous knitter. I don't have any other project at the moment that I can bring, or at all. Well, except for one. But again, I keep mentioning this in previous episode. But that project, it will never be completed. It is my living forever project, which is a blanket that I like to use to check how my gauge is throughout the year. So I will never bind that off. So yeah, I have no other project. This is my project currently and the only project I have. So I will bring it to Indonesia. I will continue working. I have 19 hours in the plane where there will be air conditioner blowing like crazy, and they will give me or us blanket that are scratchy. Why not put this on my lap for 19 hours, right? And when I get back to Indonesia or Singapore, I'm pretty sure, like as soon as they open that airplane, that humidity hits you in the face, you know that, oh, I'm not gonna touch this wool and mohair. Let be it. But I have 19 hours in the plane going there and 19 hours going back to the United States. So hopefully by then, sure, yes, I will need to figure out how to do the arm, but just like this one where I worked on it flat. The Yeah, the only thing is the construction. Let's talk about the construction. You see how the gradient here is vertical because I knit this side to side. It is not bottom up or top down. So side to side, meaning when I work on the sleeves, I also have to work it side to side. So just think about it. Usually the sleeve, you either work it bottom up or top down, but I'm going to be side to side, and it's going to be having that color gradient. The good thing is this is just a drop sleeves, so there's no shaping for this part. The only shaping is, like the the either decrease or increase wherever you're thinking of it. But since I'm working on it side to side, it is going to be short rows on one end and then decrease. So short row, short row, short row until it goes to the longest part, and then a couple of rows stay with that width or length, and then decrease, 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 and then at the end I seam together that sleeve before I seam the sleeve with the body. Hopefully you get what I'm saying, but that is the construction of it. Have I made this before? No. How do I know it will work? Well, I made really huge gauge, which has worked really well because before I started working on the body, I make sure I made big enough gauge that I can use this to do all kind of measurement. Meaning, for example, I use this for the shaping of this neck because I shaped the neck, and I just lay this over a sweater and then and then see how deep the neck is, and from how deep the neck is from here I can just say, oh, it's the depth will take me, for example, 5 ridges deep and then whatever stitches. So I really like, and also when I made this gauge, I block it really well and take time to dry it, and I did not pin it. I just let it naturally block by itself, so that I know this is a dependable measurement, and when I use this and do the math, it turned out amazingly in terms of sizing. So when I get to the sleeves, I will also do all the math that I need to do to figure out the shaping or the like the short rows that needs to be done. So yeah, that is the plan. that is what I'm working on. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. Now, if you're going to Rhinebeck, put in the description, and hopefully I get to meet you. I know a couple of people that I will meet at Rhinebeck. Um, I mean, I'm not planning any, set time to meet people, but we'll just do it organically. If I run into people, I see them. If not, it's fine. But yeah, I hope everyone has a really nice start of the woolly season, fall season. Hopefully, you will be able to enjoy your whatever you make for the season or for whoever you're going to gift it to. And until then, be extra. Be extra means to be brave, to try something new. Be don't you don't need to play by the rules. If you don't want to use anyone's pattern, that's perfect. That's Go for it. If you have something in mind, if you see an art piece and you're like, oh, I would like to make something like that, make it. Will it work? We don't know. But do we know everything? Not really. Do we know if we buy a pattern, your sweater will come out good? No, right? There's still a lot of things that are questionable a lot of time. But anyway, be brave, love you what you make what you really want to love and want to enjoy. And yeah, bye. Bye.